Principal Coordinating Authority, Dr. Sadashivam, Director of the SMS, other directors, deans, departments, faculty, dear students, our parents, other activities and media persons. Very good afternoon to all of you. It is with great joy and pride that I welcome you all to this year's graduation ceremony, a moment of celebration, reflection and renewed hope, especially for the undergraduate computation and management batches of 2022. Graduation is the time to honor persistence and growth. To our dear graduates, congratulations. This is a day you will remember for a lifetime. As you step into this new chapter, remember that the path may often be challenging. Challenges will emerge, but it is through these experiences that your true potential will be revealed. You carry with you a wealth of knowledge, passion, and an unwavering spirit that has driven you throughout your academic journey. Use these assets wisely. Aim to create a lasting impact, not only through your accomplishments, but also through the compassion, empathy, and integrity you show to others. KRISHNAMMAL has always aspired to provide an education that empowers, enlightens, and transforms. Our holistic approach nurtures not just the intellect, but also the heart and spirit, shaping individuals who contribute meaningfully to society. Today, as I see you, confident, empowered, and ready to take on the world, I feel immense pride in witnessing our mission to fulfill. At the graduations, all the graduates, please give a big round of applause. It is a great honor and pride. I introduce our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Suresh, Managing Director at Accenture, located at Toronto area, Canada. Mr. Suresh has over 18 years of experience in business transformation and strategic consulting. She serves as a client accountability with end-to-end responsibility for strategic client relationships, account growth, and the delivery of enterprise-wide programs across technology, consulting, and operations. She works closely with C-suite executives to shape business interests and technology strategies that deliver measurable outcomes. Her expertise spans enterprise IT modernization, large-scale outsourcing, and cost reduction transformation across industries such as pharmaceuticals, automotive, and retail. Known for integrating strategy, execution, and innovation, she has consistently enabled organizations to scale and remain competitive in a rapidly evolving landscape. Ms. Suresh began her professional journey as an entrepreneur, gaining early exposure to financial markets and later built a strong global career in Canada with leading organizations such as Panasonic, KRISHNAMMAL, and Honeywell Aerospace. Since joining Accenture in 2007, she has progressed through multiple leadership roles, demonstrating excellence and commitment. Born and raised in Coimbatore, she completed her education at PSGR KRISHNAMMAL College institutions. She has been governor of Coimbatore and later MBA from PSGR College of Technology. She was honored with the Star Award by Race Institute of Management Services in 2025. She leads with integrity and purpose, with a strong commitment to continuous growth and well-being. Deeply passionate about mentoring young talent, she actively supports initiatives that prepare students for the future of work. Currently, based in Toronto, she brings a global perspective shaped by over 2 decades of international experience. We are truly honored to have such an accomplished person with us today. Thank you, Kala, for joining us. I extend a warm welcome to you and thanks you for coming all the way from Canada. And feel proud to share this stage with my own student. And she belongs to the 86 batch. And I think that we still remain connected. We also have many of their friends, batchmates, seniors, juniors, and also their parents. And today, I extend a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for your love and appreciation. We are blessed to have such a dynamic personality among us. We have literally anticipated which will undoubtedly inspire and guide the next generation of individuals and leaders. We wholeheartedly welcome you to our campus. Thank you, Kala, for accepting the invitation. We also extend a warm welcome to our principal directors and the team of these 7 partners or faculty members. Each of them has played a significant role in shaping the academic journey of all our graduates here. A very special and warm welcome to the parents whose unwavering support and encouragement have been such a silent step toward the students' success. This celebration belongs to you as much as it does to us today. We request all the graduates to get up and even from our last worker. Please get up. Please dedicate some class to all the parents and say thank you. Thank you, please. I also take this opportunity to welcome the members of us who are here with us before this proud movement in our academic calendar. To all our graduates, may this day be a stepping stone to greater achievements. May your journey again filled with purpose, passion, and fulfillment. Carry you the lessons of resilience and responsibility that you have learned here and continue to shine wherever you go. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for the warm welcome. Now it is time to honor our chief guest. We request the Secretary, ma'am, Dr. Yashoda Devi, to kindly honor our chief guest, Ms. Kala Suresh, Managing Director, Accenture, Greater Directorate. Thank you. We now move to the formal commencement of the ceremony. May I request our Secretary, ma'am, to kindly
afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the management, the secretary, and the director, and esteemed members of the faculty, the proud parents, families, and friends who have gathered here. And a very special congratulations to the remarkable class of 2026, Computer Science and Mathematics. Standing here today is deeply very personal to me. This campus is not a place that I visited, it's the place that shaped me. I spent nearly 10 years in this campus, from grade 6 to bachelor's degree. So I just didn't study here. I actually grew up in this campus and I made multiple life decisions during these 10 years. I was guided by incredible teachers, principals, who gave me more than just academics. Principal Pangajal Williams, she was living opposite to my house, so I had actually 24/7 vigilance from her when I was growing up. And notably, I'm so happy to see Yashoda ma'am and also Kalavati ma'am. Thank you so much. My bachelor's days here were some of the most joyful, carefree, and unforgettable years of my life. Full of friendship, laughter, and memories that I still carry with me wherever I go in the world. Some of my best friends are here. Thank you so much for showing up today. And so we've been traveling for the last 25 plus years together. Thanks to the internet. So when I look at all of you today, I actually see an younger version of myself sitting there. So, full of ambition, little uncertainty, and carrying head full of dreams. Maybe you guys are more clear, you were so clueless those days. So, I sat in the very seats that you sit today. Maybe it is very sophisticated these days. I walked the same corridors and I wondered, just as you might be wondering, whether my dreams were too big, whether I was ready, whether you are ready for the world, and whether the world has a place for you. I am standing in front of you as a proof. This institution works, and we are its greatest evidence. Thank you for all the So, the world is not waiting for someone to go fix, lead, or build. Graduates, it's waiting for you. Okay? So, let me talk a little bit about the world you're stepping into. You're graduating from one of the most exciting and yes, one of the most demanding moments in human history. Artificial intelligence is no longer a concept in textbook. It is here, right now, reshaping how we work, how we learn, and how we make decisions. First time in history, it's not one generation adapting to something new. From 10-year-old to 90-year-old, AI is compelling them to learn something new. So the world has never seen such a big shift, so global, so universal. Let's do a small exercise now. Okay, raise your hands, okay? How many of you have used AI tools in the last 24 hours? Anyone up there? Did anyone use AI? See, ask the same question 3 months from now, I would expect at least 50% more hands raised. Keep your hands raised if you fully understand how AI works. I'm going to keep it partial, I won't fully. Okay, graduates, computer science and management. This gap of where your opportunity is. Right? So the latest Accenture research tells us that 39% of current skill sets will be transformed by 2030. I did not say replaced, I said transformed. Note that point, it is important. They need more people. The question here is whether the change is coming or not is not a question. It's already there. The question to all the graduates is, do you want to shape the transformation or do you want to get shaped passively? Then I'll pause for a minute for you to register the question. So graduates, you are entering into the world that's ready to be reimagined and reinvented. So, starting April 1st at Accenture, we have 800,000 people globally. We are all calling ourselves reinventors. So the world is waiting for you to come and reinvent. So, let me now talk about, so this is the world in front of you that you are going to step into. Next, let's talk about how are you preparing yourself and are you ready for it, right? Knowing the world is half the story. So, I want to share something that I've learned, not from the textbook, but from my own life journey. So, my own journey, my own path was anything but a study. Okay, so I studied commerce. Kalawati ma'am was asking, I told her, just give me 10 more minutes, I'm going to talk about this story. So, I studied commerce, I did MBA, I began as an entrepreneur. After my 2 children were born, I made a decision to start learning something new. I learned computers. Then I moved to Canada, worked in finance, and eventually transitioned into IT field. I'm still there for now. So, commerce, entrepreneurship, finance, and technology. That's how my career journey is. So, my career path looks like a ladder. You finish a course, you do some course, 3 years, 4 years. It's not like that. My story is, my career journey looks like a snake and ladder. Okay, but I promise you, I always landed on large ladders and tiny snakes. You have to accept that there will be snakes during the journey as well. So, it was not the plan, right? I didn't plan this. But every unexpected turn taught me something new which would plan a career would not have done. So, I'm not warning you because it's not linear. I'm encouraging you and I want you to prepare and be open for anything that comes your way. We never know when the door will open. Okay? So, according to me, it's from my experience, I want to highlight 6 things that you have to keep it as your soft skills. Number 1, keep learning. Not just when it is required. Make it a habit. So, the striking reality is the half-life of the skill that you have is only 18 months long. I feel 18 months is too long, but it's only 18 months based on the research. So, something that you learned in your first year may be a vintage. Don't worry, vintages are back in trend, but that's not the problem. Most importantly, what you need to think about is, how am I preparing for it? Okay? So, that is only possible if you keep learning. Second is, learn to think, not just to execute. The world currently, right now, needs people who can think and not just execute tasks. So, improve your skills of thinking. Learn to adapt. Your career may not go as planned. Obviously, my think did not go. But that's not a failure. That's a journey. Some of the most communication is key. Maybe 5-6 years ago, they had asked me to come, I would have been very nervous to come and talk in front of you all. So it is a continuous process. You have to keep talking to build it. It is like exercise and building muscles. Communication is very important. The best idea in the room means nothing if nobody can understand. So ability to communicate clearly and confidently will open all the doors. Practice it. The best way to practice is practice in front of the mirror. Next is collaborate with generosity. No great technology is built by one single person. Okay? So the ability to listen, contribute, and lift your team is what transforms a group of individuals from engineers to great inventors. So learn to work in a group and adapt to that group. Okay? The last, but the most important one is build your resilience. There will be setbacks. I had many. That's when I was on the sick. Right? So there will be setbacks. Projects will fail. The first attempt will fail. The second we also can fail. That's not failure. That is iteration. Okay? So resiliency is not about failure. It's about knowing how to get back. So when you take an assignment or when you are working through an area, make sure you know your failure points, or you may not know and understand your exit strategy to wake up and run again. So according to me, these are 6 important qualities. In this combination, with this in your mind, I'm going to talk now about skills that are in your mind. Graduates, please note, I'm not going to talk to you about single programming language or a framework. And I'm going to talk about skill set, where the world, coming from the industry, I'm telling you, the world is creating new roles that does not exist. What skills do you need to prepare yourself to go fit those roles is what I'm going to talk about. So your timing could not be better. I'll tell you, jackpot. There's so much of opening coming up. Okay? First one is generative AI and prompt engineering. So knowing how to direct AI, the engineering prompts, right? Evaluate outputs critically and build responsible AI products is one of the most sought out skills. Next is agentic AI. It's in the frontier now, and as I say that, someone who really tracks technology for living, so it is very important. And AI is moving from just answering questions to making decisions, running multiple steps autonomously. So think about it. Now we need engineers who can actually build, orchestrate, and control all this agentic, autonomous decision-making AI-powered tools. So people who learn that skill are going to define the future in the next 10 years, maybe even less than 5 years. So it's an important skill. If it's not in your bucket, make sure you focus on it. Next is AI ethics and responsible technology. So we are asking AI to make decisions. How are you comfortable giving all the control to AI? So responsible AI is very important. So engineer who thinks what can be built versus what should be built is a key skill to have. Is it right? Is it safe? Who's going to be accountable for it? So we will definitely need responsible AI engineers. Next, cybersecurity and zero trust thinking. So it's even more complex, right? Like now we are going to give everything to the AI, which is going to make decisions, not manual intervention. So security has to be even more tighter, and anything we build today can be attacked tomorrow. So engineers who have the mindset with security first thinking is desperately needed in the industry. The people that I talk to, I mostly work with global executives at the street level, and their biggest nightmare, if I ask them what is keeping you awake, they will talk about security. Next is data storytelling. The world is drowned in data. Every company has data, but there are not many insights. Companies are starving to get data insights. So understanding complex data and translate them into decisions that can be used to make business decisions is going to be critical skill. It is now, it was in the past, but it is going to become even more important when we are going to combine that with AI capabilities. Next is AIoT and edge intelligence. Some of you may be surprised why are we talking about IoT as a new skill. I want to be clear. So it is IoT with AI at the edge is really becoming critical skills. Imagine you have a wearable that today what it does is it gives you an alert when something is abnormal, and imagine if it can call a doctor, bringing intelligence to the data source. It is not the cloud. Bringing intelligence to the data watch, you can actually bring the alerts to call the doctor. So that is a very hot skill, and smart cities, industrial automation, and premier. Last but not the least, and which is really not spoken a lot, is human plus machine collaboration. You know how I said learn to adapt? That was very specific to your teamwork, teammates. But now we have to understand the human plus machine collaboration as well. It's a key part. It's not competing with AI. We are not competing with AI. It is knowing when to trust, when to question it, and how we are going to improve your understanding working with AI. And AI cannot replace human qualities to some extent, human qualities of creativity, empathy, and ethical reasoning for every problem. So that is where human in the loop becomes. You will see job positions, architect, human in the loop. Okay, you might be already seeing it. So the biggest, for me, at least I believe, the biggest barrier today is not technology.